Hello and welcome back to the allotment plot. It is the 23rd of July and I'm going to be going away for a week, so I need to just get some stuff ready for me to be away and just get everything in order. And I realised that for this next video I actually haven't got an introduction or an outro, so it's going to be in a little bit of a weird order, but what I would like to show you is how I made my strawberry bed, and then we can reconvene later on when the end of the video happens. Hopefully you don't mind that, and I'll just slice together everything I have and hopefully there'll be some kind of decent enough video at the end of it. For this raised bed I'm using featherboard from an old shed. I'm making it about 300 by 45 centimetres, and because it's featherboard it's tapered to one side, so to give it some extra strength I'll double up the boards so there is one tapered side matching one of the thick sides, and that will create one solid piece of wood. I'm using the same cuprinol duck's back paint which I used for the previous bed that I made, and this is just going to give it a protective waterproof layer and also make it look a little bit more stylish and professional. It is the 20th of July and the planks for the strawberry bed have arrived to the plot and we're about to assemble it. We've been waiting for it to stop raining and it's finally stopped raining. It's a gorgeous evening on the plot. There's a lovely sunset, so gonna get this made, and that will be 2 raised beds on the plot in 1 week, which will be really exciting. Each of the lengths of the bed required 4 pieces of wood, 2 full-length planks, and then 2 smaller sections to make up the additional length to get it up to the 300 centimetres. Because I'm making each side 2 planks thick, I'm orienting the sections as opposites of each other, so when I lay them on top, the long plank always covers the seam between the 2 sections. I also had blocks behind to screw into, and this configuration just helped to ensure a more solid structure. With the bed now assembled, it was time to get it into position and fill it up with a bunch of cardboard before then topping it up with soil from the old compost bins. The measurements I used to make this bed came from the strawberry net which I had purchased a few weeks before, and so this was the moment of truth to see whether I actually did make it the right size. Ultimately I could have made it slightly longer, but it does fit and it will do the job just fine. The final stage was to dig up the strawberries from the original bed and get them transplanted into the new one. I'm packing in these strawberries quite tightly, and as I go I am cutting off the runners that they're putting out. They should be absolutely fine for another few years, so I don't need the runners necessarily to grow into completely new plants, and also there just simply isn't room in this bed for the strawberry plants plus runners. I still have loads of strawberry plants left, so I potted some up for friends and I gave them away as gifts. I really love my new strawberry bed, and I love that it gives a bit of a defining edge to my plot. The plot is very open and there isn't any edging to it, so it's nice just to feel that it's a little bit more enclosed and a specific space. I'd like to think of some other structures that I can add around the edge of my plot just to give a bit more definition between other people's plots, the path, and my space. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'm going away for a week and I just wanted to spend some time soaking up as much of my allotment as I possibly could before leaving it. The beans are growing like mad and I have so many beans now ready to harvest. These are the runner beans, the black beans, and they are just so huge. I don't know how they grow so big so quickly without you noticing them. I certainly underestimated how tall these plants would grow, and in a previous video I mentioned that I needed some taller sticks. So I was really surprised to see these 7-foot canes outside my front door a few hours later. Thank you so much, Adrian, you're an absolute legend. They are exactly what I needed to control the bean situation and they've worked perfectly. I really just needed to give the beans some more structures to climb around, because using a TP configuration, they do get really jammed at the top and it's just a bit of a chaotic situation up there. I don't know how I'm going to get to the beans, but if I have a little bit more space for them to grow outwards, hopefully it will make things a little bit easier. When I grow beans again next year, I definitely need to think about the supports first, and I might need to assemble them while they're laying down and then put them up, because tying together 7-foot canes when you're only 5'4" at most is tricky. I noticed that the fire tongue beans have started to flower and they are so pretty, and the bees are absolutely loving the bean flowers in general. And that obviously shows in the amount of beans that I'm getting to harvest, because without the bees, there would be no beans. One massive surprise has been how big the dwarf beans grow. I don't think they've realised that they're supposed to be dwarf, because they have filled out hugely. The one issue with this bed, however, is the bindweed. The bindweed is definitely more prevalent on this side of the plot, and it is now becoming a little bit of a nuisance, so I need to keep on top of it. It's really difficult to tell the difference between bindweed and bean, but I just have to keep going in and picking it out as and when I can. The other thing that's caught me by surprise is the broccolis. I did not realise how big broccolis grew. If you remember, I put 7 broccolis in this space, thinking I would be fine and perhaps none of them would grow. All of them have grown, and this is what my neighbour's broccolis look like. This is what my broccolis look like. You'll notice the space they have is a lot bigger than what I've got, so I seriously need to address the broccoli situation as soon as I come back from my time away. The leeks, however, are growing really nicely, and I just need to give this bed a little bit of a weed every now and then, but they're fine, they're doing really well. The plot is looking really good right now, and I just love being here so much. I can't believe that this was nothing just over 2 months ago, and I have grown all of this by myself with the help of my mum, of course. And it's just so rewarding to see all the fruits and flowers of my efforts. The sounds of grasshoppers is definitely a stereotypical late summer sound for me, and I just love hearing them. It's such a comforting sound, and the grasshopper community on my plot are thriving and love sunning themselves, which is just super cute. I even tried to make friends with this one-legged grasshopper, and I think we got on quite well, or he just couldn't hop away. The plot really is thriving, and it's just so exciting to see all the things coming out. The tomatoes are growing splendidly, and it won't be long until I'm harvesting them, just like I am with my beans. I also needed to get up some of the potatoes before I went away, so I had a little rummage around just to see if I could get another good harvest. And I certainly did. The potatoes have been really prolific, and I am already excited to be growing more potatoes next year. It will be sad when the final potatoes are harvested. Knowing my luck, the Titan is going to come out in bloom while I'm away. I can see petals already. I bet it will be out over the weekend, and I'm going to be absolutely devastated not seeing it as soon as it comes out, but I will be very excited to come home. I'm excited to go away, but I'm already excited to come back and have allotment time and see my sunflower Titan hopefully in bloom. I am so pleased with the strawberry bed. I'm really happy with how it went. It was quite an easy one to put together. Using the feather board from the shed was a lot easier than using pallets, and I'm thinking this is going to be hopefully lasting me at least a year. So hopefully I'll see one harvest of strawberries, and I'll be making another one so that in 3 years' time, when the strawberries are done with their cycle, I can give the soil a rest and move them to some fresh compost in a new bed and keep the cycle going. But I'm really pleased with how this is looking, and just the allotment in general. Everything's looking brilliant, everything's going so well. I've been a little bit surprised by how big everything is growing and how quickly everything's growing. and there's been some very big learning curves for sure, but I'm really pleased with the efforts I've put in so far and really excited to see what comes next. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next allotment vlog update. Until then, stay calm and carry on growing. Bye!